Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Anyways Moving Forward with Libni, where we talk about life, self love, self work, and anything that might help you move forward in business, in your relationship, as a parent, or wherever you are in your life right now.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Anyway Moving Forward. And as you guys know, the people that I invite in the show are the ones that are exceptionally so good at their field, and the way that for me like the way that I see this beautiful woman is I know that meron siyang something that you can take away in this episode. And I really admire this beautiful girl beside me because she has gone through so much, and I had the honor na she chose me as her mentor to walk alongside her sa journey na to. And now she is here in Manila with me in this beautiful place, ready to share her wisdom with everyone. And I'm so excited for you guys to learn sa kanya. There's so much insights there. And today, before I introduce her, we're gonna talk about
Building confidence.
building confidence. Okay, yun na. Alright, sige, without further ado, let's all welcome Kimmi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, before we start, introduce yourself to everyone.
Hi, everyone in Libni's circle. I'm Kimmi. I'm an image consultant and I wear many hats, but above everything, the one thing that I'd like to put out is just to give my confident self and share the experience of everything, especially with having the safe space under Libni.
Aww.
And above
With
everything.
Libni.
With Libni.
Yes.
Everything under the umbrella system of the hats that I wear, I'm genuinely all around. Things you should know about me, I'm everywhere. Location unknown, but at the same time, always a privilege and an honor to share it to other people about building their own confident selves. Confidently beautiful with a heart.
So you guys know wala tayong script, no? So tatanong lang tayo on the fly.
Let's go.
And I'm excited to learn about your story and for everybody to learn from you as well. So I met Kimi last year. You were in the US, and now she's gone through different experiences with me din, Essence, Liberate, and now practitioner. I'm so excited. And alongside that, ang dami niya pang ginagawa. Like she does hoops, she does image consulting, and then all of that. Tapos pag tanungin mo siya, saan siya? Ano siya? Hindi ko sure saan siya. Kaya nasa US, o minsan nasa Cebu, minsan nandito. So, guys, it's going to be an interesting topic. So, going back to the topic. You mentioned that you were an image consultant. What is that? What does it do? And how does it help people build confidence? Because I know that's what you do.
So, as an image consultant, actually many kinds of meanings. Like everyone would think that you build out image, you help people know what to wear, what to look, and everything. As an image consultant, we, in our professions, we help people get by with the ABCs. We help them with appearance, behavior, and communication. So, catering to their kinds of needs. So it's part of the journey where we help them rise to the occasion. We help them rise to a certain event, and most importantly, build the confidence that they need. I also am in style consultant. I worked with Ate Baitata from Cebu. My favorite profession is we help style people with colors, wear branding, body styles, everything, what shape help them, everything that will help them build their kind of confidence. So that's my profession, and I'm honored also and privileged to be a part of the Association of Image Consultants International, the Philippine chapter here in the Philippines. So it's really an honor and privilege to share this kind of profession because not many people know what an image consultant does. Mostly we're associated with events or pageantries. It doesn't only fall into that place. It helps. Basically, what we do, we have different kinds of facets to that. Different kinds of, kanabitang like, unsa ilang mga gusto, what they really need. But we also go into manners and mindfulness. We go to table etiquette, those kinds. We teach people how to appear, behave, and, communicate, like, in an environment where it's needed. Because, again, we can be superficial. We can have this kind of image where we all need to be all dressed up and elegant, but we can also embrace our own side, our own character. So it's all about building confidence through character.
That's so nice, and I'm excited to learn more about that. Does the outfit, guys? The outfit, mga outfitan.
It's outfit.
Yeah, it's outfitting, yes. Anyhow, so how did you end up being, because I know that you were used to be a flight attendant. How did you end up being an image consultant?
So yes, I was with the airline industry for a good 6 years, and coming to be an image consultant, it actually came with reason that I actually wanted to teach. I wanted to let people know, to teach. So being in the airline industry, it helped a lot. It helped, the image as a flight attendant. It's all glam, glitz. Oh, they travel everywhere, but it's not always what it seems. We always have to look and present ourselves to people that we are branded in a company. But going back, I actually wanted to be an image consultant because I love to host. I love talking to people. I love engaging. Same with you, Lib. Like communicating, connecting with people. And I thought I would get it from the airline industry. But actually, I got it from family. Our mom has helped us and shaped us a lot. So we were like Barbie dolls before. We would be dressed by our mom, and in our family too, we like to host visitors and guests coming to Iligan. I'm from Iligan City, by the way, everyone. But that's really where the roots are. I'm Iligan roots. Iligan roots for that. But we love hosting guests. We love hosting visitors. So it would be our parents, telling us, how to engage, how to connect with other people, and how to put out everything. So we all prepare it in honor for others. I came to be an image consultant from realizing that is a strength. That's a talent. It's a skill. It's a skill to talk to people. But it's, an added talent. Nag-add lang sa resume. Learning about clothes and color theories. I love colors. I love mix and matching. Also part of the job, I do wardrobe capsule. So I also help with downsizing. I'm the Marie Kondo level. Something like that. That's where the heart started in image consulting, is basically trying to keep up for yourself and make your own unique brand.
Thank you for sharing that. The question is, we're talking about confidence. Was there a time that, syempre may pinagbubutan yan, was there a time that you felt less confident, and how were you able to get over that?
Yeah, I mean, to get to where you are, I always like to believe, to get to where you are, you'd always have to go through life-changing moments. And these challenges boosts you. And it can either make or break you. So yeah, there were times when my confidence and self-esteem, it diminished at that time, especially when I'm being told by other people, other things, other phrases about me. And those experiences come at vulnerable moments. For everyone to relate an example, when you're arguing with someone disagrees, so they always want to say, like, they try to tarnish that image of you because of that certain event. When you're in an argument with someone or with a partner or a friend, that person would always want to destroy your image. And once that image is destroyed, they try to break it. They try to look for ways to dim your light. That loses confidence. And psychology-wise, it really does loosen the self-esteem that we built, right? How I rose up to the occasion, I just practically showed up, and I actually kept moving forward. That's why I love this podcast name. I kept moving forward, and perhaps the last thing I did was, go back to who I really was, remembering who you really are. And that is just having that genuine kindness and being kind to other people. Because for me, people can always step on you. They can always look for ways to bring you down, damage you for their other reasons. But as long as deep down you are a kind-hearted person, you connect differently to other people. And there is always a chance to make another or a good first impression to others, right?
So how do you deal with people who are breaking that image? How do you deal with people, let's say, betray you somehow?
In present time now that I'm a bit on the grounded kind of side from Essence and also from Liberate, I want to deal with it by accepting it. Accepting that first, there will always be people who will look for ways to build you down. They will always have their versions of their own stories, their own selves, because it's what they know. That is their knowledge. That is what they only know in that bubble. They're boxed out from those kinds of interpretations, and it's up to you. Will I allow them to enter into my bubble space? So that's why it's very sacred. It's sacred when you want to protect your own bubble. And second is to allowing what emotions will really go through. And this could be would be the most difficult part, because when it comes to like people saying bad things about you, you're gonna disagree because like, no, that's not me. I always like to believe in two sides of everything, because that's their version. I have my version and I believe in the freedom of my own truth. So I'm allowing that. Not allowing people to continue to do that to me. I'm allowing what feelings or emotions need to be invested, digested, everything. You have to really allow. And lastly, how I dealt with it is I would really seek support. Not for validation wise. You seek support to allow yourself again to feel yourself, how you were, who you are. And what support helped me a lot was going back to Essence and Liberate, going back to the inner child. That was a very powerful message, and having to remember the inner child in me that, years ago, that was a little girl, a scared little girl before, who was purely innocent, not knowing what her life will be years from down the road. And then I see myself in this situation. I just see that little girl in me, that inner child saying, you can do it, live for me. And that is what replays in my mind over and over and over again. That's how I move forward with everything, and that's how I would deal with the kind of betrayal.
That's so good. We were talking earlier about first impressions. What is it with first impressions that you wanted to share with everyone?
So with first impressions, usually it's psychology. Basically, we all want to give a first impression. First impression in a job that we wanted. A first impression in meeting a date or meeting other people. First impression in securing that business deal. No one wants to have a first impression that's negative. It's always something on the positive or neutral side. With first impressions, there will always be a chance where people would want to see, how are you going to negotiate? How are you going to sell yourself? I never want to use the word sell yourself, because when you make a transaction, when you meet people, any, could be personal or professional na life, there will always be an intention in meeting other people. So how are you going to attract this person? So just one thing that I always give out to some of my clients though about, the theory of negotiation. And I'd like to share that here too. In basic psychology, but this is by Curtis Manley, 7% people would want to see your image. That's what people notice. Like almost 15% of that would go with the tone. The way you address people, the way you say, hello, my name is, or hi, because it would really be different. And 35% of catching and creating good first impressions, 35% of it would be body language. It's the way you see other people, you connect. It's the way you even sit down. With those first impressions, the goal is to make people remember you. How are you going to stand out differently? Just to share too, when I applied as a flight attendant, I was in a sea of applicants. On May 2015, there were 4,000 applicants there. And you want, as yourself, I always wanted to see differently. How am I going to stand out? How am I going to make a first impression? Basically, making a first impression is, how am I going to be different from the others? And for my own interview, I just wanted to share that experience. Everyone was wearing black. Everyone was wearing black. I wore bright yellow. But I wanted to stand out because that's how people would see it. If it's in a sea of black, what are you going to see? Basically, you're going to see the one that stands out. So that's how first impressions would come up to the picture, and that's how I relate it to building confidence.
That's so nice. So how does somebody, just talking about first impression, what's the preparation that they need to do for them to, parang now that we're talking about it, for them to retain an impression to people? Like, how would they show up to people so that they can grab the attention?
When it comes to is it like in meaning like in presentation?
Or say, for example, for people who are wanting to, like, for example, close a deal or that, like, what's the preparation that they need to do for them to create a great impression in? And how do they build their confidence? Paano yun?
For building confidence, first, I would really say, apart from the optics of everything, when I say optics, like the appearance, how you behave, how you communicate, it's always rooted by knowing and believing in what you are sending out. What are you trying to present to that person? I always like to believe every person that you meet is a transaction of your goodwill. First, believing in what you want to share out to people. What intentions do you want to sell out to them if it's positive? And then follow through with everything. You know, you are what you say. If you say that you're going to deliver, you're going to deliver. And that is the segment where you're going to create lasting first impressions. It goes, I think, deep rooted in values that you want to follow through with what you show out. You don't want to go up and tell people, I am punctual, it's superficial. Nasa resume, I am punctual, I am diligent. Whatever you put out in writing, what you say to people, you deliver. And that will help build your confidence. And you will also receive the same way. Na you get acknowledged, heard, and seen when your effort is put out in the world. And that's what builds confidence.
That's so good. Next question. In your journey, can you remember a specific timeline where you really felt you don't have that confidence or wala. Patay lahat ng confidence. And if it was the present version of you now, what would you want to say to that version of you who didn't have that?
Maybe a certain point na in my life. Well, it would be the time where I left the career to be a housewife, to support and to build my new chapter, to have a family, to settle down. That made me lose confidence because perhaps I wanted much. I wanted more. I wanted to be labeled as someone who's more than just a wife, a mother, all of that. And that point in my life, I would have wanted to start and establish a career, which this didn't come yet. It came all through years. So it took me years, a lot of years and tears, all the ears for everything to suit. Because makawala gid siya confidence when you don't have the kind of support to believe in you. Just basically someone who knows what you can and cannot do. So that point, it came when I really wanted something. I left work, I left the airline, I left the company, which I was true and honest with myself that I could not see myself grow. I lost confidence in settling down. And when everything happened, your expectations becoming a mother. After that that great challenge of turmoil that happened, the one thing that made me lose confidence in myself and self-doubt is when the person or the people who you really believed that would stand by you, rock hard, stand by you, would really be there for you. If I were to go back to that woman, how I challenged that before, I would have told her, you are the only one who can save yourself, even when you're in the pitfall, when no one wants to help you shine your light. When you're stuck in that black hole, you're the only one who can shine it, and you're the only one who can feel it. You have to be genuinely knowledgeable of what you can and cannot do, what you allow to tolerate. And perhaps, Lib, just to share one thing that made me decide to walk away from that version of me was when I finally realized that there are people who don't want to be a part of my life, who don't see my value. That loses confidence too, because you invested yourself. You invested in all the flaws, the imperfections, and you invested the knowledge and mindset that this person will accept you for who you are. And you're going to accept them for who they are, not who they were. So that's one way of me why I wanted to give out, talk more, because it loses you so much when you're spiraling down with thoughts. Once that confidence dims, your whole perception of yourself dims as well. And that's where I was most challenged. I would have told that version of myself is to breathe and just keep moving, because you know yourself, the people around you who are really genuinely there, who've known you, and those who don't even know you but you talk to can see how genuine you are as a person. That's what I would have told myself. And that's what I keep telling myself over and over again up to now, and perhaps until the end of time. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you for everything that you have gone through and the things that you are building as well. To walk alongside you yung journey mo was, I guess, heartbreaking, and at the same time, I'm really proud of how you were able to overcome all of those things. Dami din.
I can't believe too. Like
Diba?
I can, like, if I'm looking at my version, if I'm a friend to Kimmy before too, I would have said, girl, sugag good name mo. Maybe it's time to, like, take a pause. Is this real? Are you real? Like most of my friends would like say, are you real? Murag walay problema. Murag wala kay naagian. Is it a mask that I'm taking? Like if I was a friend to myself too, I would say, in just a span of how many months? Boom. Tsak. Like to siya, like that. Ano lang, flip hair na. Flip hair na. And like that. Karaoke na. Like, ang transformation. And what helped me, good, just to share to what helped me is, aside from the motivation from you, the community, getting to know other people, getting to discover that there are people who I have not met yet who actually believes in me. I didn't even need the effort to make a good first impression. I just shared my story, shared the experience, and I moved as who I am. I present myself as who I am. So if I'm this person, as you see, who you see right now, na all glammed up already with everything, all the makeup, and that's who I am organically. Also have many versions of myself, but I choose to be this version. Not because I want to dim other people's lights. I don't want to get back to those who have wronged me, to those who want to leave. Then leave. Because I don't want to destroy what I've achieved. And if that impression of me lies with them, honestly, I cannot do anything about that. But move forward and create better memories, not for them, better memories for me to satisfy, because I come first. I have to come first. I've always been that kind of person. I think you know me. I've always been that kind of person to look out for others. That's the label. That's the expectation as a wife, as a mother, as a friend, maybe anything. Regardless of any label, I've always been that person to show kindness, to be kind to others who are not, who cannot, and who will not. Bisag unsaon, di man ginato mapugnan na naamon jud mga tao inana jud. Just being kind and giving back to yourself, being kinder and forgiving yourself for those things to happen. It had to happen so that you can come to this version. And with this, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I have you, Lib. I really am grateful because migawas na gyud na this is what I love to do. I love to write. I love to share the story of not about what happened, not about the dark moments, the dark chapter of that story, but to share how did I manage it to come to who I am, where I am right now.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
beautiful. What's your greatest takeaway from the journey that we had together?
My greatest takeaway, I would like put it mostly like in threes. In threes, like the first would be is to honor your own worth and believing that there are things that you are capable of doing. Your image can magnify other people too. It can inspire others. Second is keep a positive mindset. Stress from experience can literally make or break you. It can make you lose people, connections, and rooted stress is negative or traumatic energy stuck in you, in your own body, and that's why people have these kinds of negative emotions. Take away from Liberate in Essence, keep a positive mindset into everything. Your light will shine brighter. There are days it will be dim, but keeping a positive mindset, tomorrow is another day. We are still the authors of our own story, and we are still gonna fly the plane. We are the captains of our own lives. And third takeaway from that, give yourself a chance to allow these experiences to be a vessel or to be an anchor of hope for others, because this is just my story and I wouldn't know how other people are experiencing the same. Like what my mom always says, ang pagmahay nasa ulahi. Always. So keep an open mind as well to allow these experiences to happen and receive. Favorite word, receive or dawat.
Thank you so much. If there's anything that you want to say to people who lost their confidence, what do you want to tell them?
I keep repeating this to myself as well. If you're in the hope of losing confidence because of an incident or a minor, major, or a traumatic kind of incident, just show up. Show up and appear as organic as you can, because you may not resonate with other people. But I always like to believe that you resonate with the right kind of people. You will attract the right kind of people that aligns with you. Second, if you want to build your confidence and keep that image of yourself, that character, I always like to say, mga good lib, na you can lose your character but retain your values so much. Keep rooted on your values, what you believe in, what you don't believe in. Keep daily affirmations. Write something on the wall where you see before you sleep, in the mirror, when you're getting ready. Have those kinds of affirmations. Or you can even write your own thoughts. Write whatever you're feeling, whatever emotion that you're feeling right now. And third, I always like to say, forgive yourself and pray. Pray. Believe that there is a greater being who's always going to be there for you. That helped me build my confidence a lot, and it also helped me a lot with going through life's challenges. I live my life with prayer. I would always like to believe that my God will always be there. It will help ground me, and my sweet baby angel as well, who's looking over me. I always want to believe that with prayer, your mind will ease. And that's what I like to give to others.
Anyhow, thank you so much for this space.
Oh,
I
thank you,
I'm so
Lib.
grateful for everybody to hear your wisdom. I'm excited for them to apply what they have learned. Di ba, guys?
Is there anything else that I haven't asked you that you wanted to share with everyone?
So for me, I do have content. I'm rebuilding again, going back to content. I wear many hats. If you want help or need help with image and style consulting services, or even just to catch up and chat with me with conversations, follow Flight of Style in my Instagram page. If we're in that level of personal connection and you can see me dance, I'm also an aerialist. I'm an aerial hoop coach, and I'm half person, half amazing. I think this is who I am right now. I'm grateful as well for the space that Libni and the Essence and Liberate community have always believed in me. I'm grateful that they have given me the inspiration to just keep moving, given me the light to share the beautiful talent that I can share back to you, and for making me become this brave and bold warrior. So again, Libni, daghang salamat.
Oh, you're welcome. Anyway, thank you so
Ako.
much. And I guess that is it. Thanks, Kimmy, for your time. And
No, thank you.
Thank
You, love, Libni. Salamat.
you. Bye.
Thank you, bye.